So, welcome everyone. ETU International team is speaking. So, this is the first introductory webinar of our university. So, what we will talk about today? First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Maria Kiselova and I am the head of International Academic Mobility Office. Please welcome my colleagues who will help me to conduct this webinar today. So, the Vice Rector of International Affairs, Ms. Anastasia Minina, who is sitting next to me at the moment. The Head of International Students Office, Mr. Renat Yaloshev. The Head of Preparatory Department, Ms. Sandra Kilina. And the Deputy to the Head of International Students Office, Ms. Maria Titarenko. At first, I would like to give the floor to Ms. Anastasia Minina, the Vice Rector of International Affairs.
Thank you, Maria. Welcome, everyone. We are really happy to welcome you at this webinar. Today, we are living at a very unique time. Then everything stopped, closed, or put on a pause. And nobody knows what will be in a day, week, month, even a year. So we suggest you not to be in panic and think about your future. Future will definitely come. And today we will speak a little bit about the possibilities and educational programs which our university suggests. And I can say that we are very flexible and think about several scenarios of the future. This situation doesn't stop us, it gives us new boost for development. So I will give the word to my colleagues in order to tell you in details what we suggest.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. And we will start with a short introduction of our university for you to understand where you will be going, a bit about enrollment, housing, which is really important when you study abroad, also immigration, finance, and information upon arrival. So, as you know, this is the most vital information for international students when they are planning to leave the country of their permanent residence and to study somewhere else. We do hope that this webinar will help you to get a general idea about studying in Russia and ETU itself. So, here you can see the timeline, and if you want to learn about enrollment or finance, and we are still speaking about education system, please be patient and wait a little bit. So let us go. At first, I would like to tell you what is ETU. ETU is the first electrotechnical university which was in Europe, which was established in 1886 by the order of Alexander III, Russian Emperor. And of course, we are very proud of our deep history. For example, Alexander Popov was not only the famous scientist and the first elected director of the university, but he was also the first who invented a radio receiving device. But of course, it was quite a long time ago, and in the modern history, we are proud to say that our graduate, our former professor, Jaroslav Furov, received the Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 2000. What is ETU at the moment? ETU now consists of 7 schools, and you can see the list of the names on the slide. And our campus includes 7 buildings. So the campus itself is located quite in the city center. And for the moment, we have more than 9,000 students on campus who attend study programs annually. And what is important, more than 2,000 of these students come from abroad, representing nearly 92 countries. So, if you choose to study at our university, you will have a lot of opportunities to start a high potential career in the future. You can get education in the interdisciplinary field of science and technology. You can have a possibility to apply for grants and receive an increased scholarship. You can participate in double degree diploma programs, winter and summer schools free of charge. And also, you can enjoy dynamic campus life and get support from the university community. All of this wait for you at our university. And what is important, what is important is to tell you about organization of our academic year. So usually we start our education on the 1st of September, which is so-called Knowledge Day in Russia. And the second semester starts in the very beginning of February, and test period for students takes place during the second half of December for fall semester. Then they have a short break for New Year celebration, and after that students have their exams. In spring semester, the period, the test period takes place in the second half of May, and after that students should take their final exams. During the academic year, students have, and it is very important, 2 breaks. Winter holidays, which last for 2 or 3 weeks, and also summer holidays, which last 2 months, July and August. And now I would like to give the floor to Sandra Kilina, the head of preparatory department, who will tell us about the department itself and seasonal schools. Включайте. Микрофон.
Sandra, your microphone.
Your mic.
Begin again. Sorry, Sandra. Sandra, you should speak a little bit loudly because not very good. Our students write us that yes, your sound is very weak. So a little bit loudly. Вы можете сделать погромче. Не слышно человека. Пишет, что не слышно.
Slide, you see it.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we pass the word to Renat, to the head of International Students Office, to tell you about English taught master programs.
Плохо слышно опять. Слышите нас?
Паузу.
Okay, excuse us, unfortunately there were some problems with the sound, and we will give the word to Renat once again. Renat, could you just tell us from the very beginning information about English taught master programs?
Нет звука.
Нету звука.
Еще раз. Технические проблемы.
excuse us, still we have some sound problems, so we will try to correct it just as soon as possible. Just please be patient, dear viewers. So,
Начинаем опять трансляцию, да?
to Renat again. I hope this time it will sound good. Renat, could you please tell us about English Taught Master programs?
Hello, I will be very popular, I think so. Dear applicants, today I'm going to present our English Taught programs. We are glad to offer you 10 master's degree programs which are taught in English. You can see the programs on the slide. 3 of the programs were highlighted, are expected to be opened in the upcoming or next academic year. Additionally, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that we also have one postgraduate program, which is also fully taught in English. During the study, you will have a unique opportunity to participate in international academic mobility programs at our partner universities around the world. You can join short-term seasonal schools, study semester abroad, and participate in double degree programs and more. The most popular directions among our students are on the slide. Please take a look at the English Taught Masters Program overview. On the right, you can see a table with the distribution of workload of 2 years of study. Classes, all of which are taught in English, are provided for 3 semesters. The last semester is reserved for practical training, followed by writing and defending a master's work. During the classes for 3 semesters, you will also be provided with Russian language course. If you still cannot decide on the program, the table on the slide will help you. Here are the areas of knowledge that you will gain during the learning process. You can also learn more about the programs on our website.
Thank you so much, Renat. Now I invite Ms. Maria Titarenko to tell us about general terms of enrollment.
Welcome everyone. My name is Maria. I'm manager of International Student Office LETI, and I'm going to tell you step by step how to become a student of ETU LETI. Have a look at the next slide. Here you can find out how to apply for the program. At first, of course, you should choose a program. Please read carefully the description of all programs just to be sure that it suits you. If you are interested in computer science or large technology or maybe in robots or something like this, then apply for the corresponding programs and faculty. Also, make sure that you submit all the scanned documents before the deadline. After that, you should wait for the confirmation letter. Now, let's talk about application documents. All the documents are listed on the slide. They are quite common for every university. Copy of your passport, copy of your diploma, transcript of records, etc. However, there are some additional requirements for English master's degree and for PhD programs. All of them you can see on our slide as well. Next big question is immigration and applying for a study visa. At the first glance, process of applying for a visa may seem difficult to understand, but please don't worry. The ETU International team will help you with all issues may occur at any point. So, all the steps you can see on our slide. As soon as your documents are sent and confirmed, you get the invitation from ETU LETI. It takes 30 days for invitation to be made. Make sure your passport is valid more than 18 months from the expected date of the beginning of visa period. Please kindly inform us in advance about the date and time of your arrival via email you see on the slide. Now let's talk about accommodation. ETU LETI provides housing for all international students. The price for the dormitory is quite low. It is about $22 per month. All dormitories are located near metro station. They are well equipped, safe and comfortable to live in. There are cozy rooms, fitted kitchens, bathrooms, sport rooms, gym, libraries and elevators in every hall of residence. Security guards are in dormitories 24/7 and they are in charge that everything is in order there. Every resident has a pass card to get inside the building. When all is said and done, I mean your visa, accommodation and other essential issues, you arrive to Russia. Upon arrival, we are waiting for you at the university on the first working day with all the documents. List of them you can see on our website. Furthermore, I want to talk about an event Welcome Week organized for the first-year students. The ETU international team organizes different activities for international students in order to help them to adapt to new country, new culture, orient in the city and other obstacles which students are faced with during the first weeks of living in Russia. And I want to underline that all these activities are free of charge. I hope this information was interesting and useful for you. See you at LETI.
Thank you so much, Maria. And now, as you didn't hear Sandra's speech, as you mentioned in your lines, so we will go back to Sandra's speech. Sandra, so could you tell us more about season schools and some other stuff?
Okay, from very beginning, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So, first of all, I would like to tell that our university offers different bachelor, master, and PhD programs in Russian language. And if you want to get education in Russian language, if you are interested in our language, then for you, we have established preparatory department. And there are 3 profiles: technical, economical, and humanitarian. And our basic course lasts from October to June. First semester is dedicated only to Russian language, and during the second semester, there will be not only Russian language, but also other subjects as well: math, physics, computer science, some social studies like Russian history, and some others. Subjects depend on a chosen profile. The education at our preparatory department is conducted in small groups, so it means individual approach to all students, more conversation practice, and full engagement for all students during the educational process. Additionally, our tutors organize special excursions for students, help them with their questions and issues during the period of adaptation in a new country. Moreover, our summer and winter schools are free of charge for international students of our preparatory department. Actually, we have a wide range of seasonal schools every year, but the current situation in the whole world has made adjustments in our daily life, unfortunately. So this year there will be only 4 online summer schools, like biomedical engineering, intercultural communication and business, heritage science, and animal-centered computing. And all students will get their certificates of participation and 2 credits. Tuition fee is around 200 and 300 American dollars. And you can apply via email on the slide.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And of course, there is a lot of information to digest, but dear applicants, do not worry. The webinar will be recorded and the presentation will be available for you, and you can freely contact just International Students Office and ask any questions regarding anything, accommodation, enrollment, and application. And now I invite Renat again to tell us about finance and living expenses.
Just
Thank
a
you,
moment.
Maria. Are you listening me?
Yes.
Just a moment. Yes.
Okay. About finance, tuition fee is generally required for all international applicants who are planning to study at ETU LETI. It is about $1,500 US per semester. The tuition fee will be charged in advance for each semester. It varies depending on the program. The tuition fee for a specific program can be found on our official website. The link is provided. If you want to study abroad but cannot afford to do it due to your financial status, then you can apply to study at ETU LETI for free through full tuition scholarship. This merit-based scholarship will completely waive all tuition fees. To apply for scholarship, you should send an application to an authorized representative of Russian Federation in country of residence, Russian Culture Center or Russian Embassy. For more information, check the site futureandrussia.com. Please note that scholarships cover only the cost of tuition. All other costs, including accommodation at the ETU LETI dormitories, must be covered by the student. Insurance policy can be made at the university and costs about 5,000 rubles for the 1 year. Living expenses, some words about this topic. Russian currency is the ruble. There are currency exchange offices all around St. Petersburg. Many of them work 24 hours. But it is safer to change money in banks. Russian stores accept only rubles as payment. It is better to have a bank card that supports an international payment system, such as Visa, MasterCard, Maestro, etc. Usually, there are no problems paying with a card of Apple Pay or Google Pay, but it is better to have some cash to pay for goods in small stores or transport. Public transport in St. Petersburg is quite cheap if you compare with other European cities. And there are different entertainment activities in the city. You can go to bowling, to billiards, or watch a movie in the cinema. All of this is affordable for each and every student.
Thank you so much, Renat. And as I mentioned in the beginning, our international community is quite big. We have more than 2,000 international students on campus. And our international society is very dynamic, and a lot of activities are organized for international students. And I invite Sandra once again to tell us about international activities which are organized at our university.
Okay, hello again. So the staff of the International Students Office is not only friendly and helpful, but also creative and inventive. So every year for all international students, we organize New Year party in Russian style. Our students from different countries get acquainted with the Russian tradition of celebrating the New Year in Russia. They learn how to light up the New Year tree and call Ded Moroz its Russian version of Santa Claus, and also what movies to watch and what songs to sing on New Year. St. Petersburg is the cultural capital of Russia, and the city can boast of different world well-known museums from the Hermitage that ranks among Louvre and Prado to Peterhof, with its fountains, and Tsar's village with its famous amber room. So, if you want to see them, then we will organize excursions to such places for you. There are other towns not far from St. Petersburg, like Novgorod, Old Ladoga, Vyborg, Kronstadt, and all of them are interesting in their own way. And all of them are worth visiting. And you know what? You can do it with us. Okay, what else? Ice skating, celebration of Pancake Week, or Maslins as we call it, evening on Oriental poetry, festival of different languages and cultures, and other activities are organized by our staff. So join Electrotechnical University LETI. Join us. Participate in different events and learn with us Russian history, culture, cuisine, and traditions. And all of this is available for you free of charge. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. So actually, dear viewers, if you have any questions, you can write them down on the chat and we will try to answer it right now. So, are there any questions? How to apply for the scholarship? Renat, could you tell us? So the question is how to apply for the scholarship.
Hello. Like I told, it's scholarship from Russian government. That is why you should apply via centralized website for Russian scholarships. This is website futureinrussia.com. Every country has a period of time when you can apply different documents. That is why please make application there and following the instruction which you will receive. At the same time, please inform us about your vision to study at ETU, and we will try to assist your application.
Another question, is any scholarship offered by the university? I suppose also to Renat. Renat, please. Is any scholarship offered by the university?
What can I tell you? I think in your situation, first of all, it depends on program, because, for example, if you're applying for bachelor program, you should study first Russian language course. For this course, we haven't any scholarships, but during this period, you can study Russian, and at the same time, you can apply for other programs which can give you scholarship. If you are applying for master program, you have I think 2-3 different ways and different opportunities to get scholarship. This is competition. This is a Russian government program, and support via grants from our university. I can explain more carefully if you will inform us about your idea and your situation. It's better to do via mail.
Thank you so much, Renat. Thank you. So, and I can see the next question. What are the time frames of applying in the year 2020?
Again to me?
To you or to Sandra?
It depends which program you choose. So if we are talking about preparatory department, so in case you choose any program in Russian language, so preparatory department starts their lessons from October and they finish in June. But of course, this year is unusual. Yes, so in case if there will be any problems, for example, with crossing the border, for example, in this case, there is possibility to start education online. So if we are talking about enrolling to master programs and master programs in English, I think there are another dates. Yes, maybe anyone can comment. Renat, maybe you about master programs in English, where they
So
will start.
we can see another question, which is, I think, quite important.
Renat should add about the dates.
Pardon, what is the question?
The question is about the date of entering to master degree programs.
Time frames.
To apply for master degree programs, we await an application from this moment, but official employing company will start at the end of June. I think it will be after 20th of June until the end of August. Of course, these dates could be corrected depending the situation in the world, but for this moment, we are expecting these dates.
So, and we have another question. So, is there a difference between education system between the students who study in English or Russian? So, if a person studies in English or in Russian, what's the difference? How is the education system is different? If it
The main difference is language, because training plan is more or less the same. List of subjects, exams, credits, more or less the same, but it could be different teachers, professors, and the main difference, of course, is language.
Thank you. And I can add to this question. Sometimes we open absolutely new programs, so the program should be only in English and it's unique one. For example, this year we are going to open 2 new programs. It's Heritage Science and Artificial Intelligence. So it will be new and no one in Russian.
Thank you, Anastasia, because the next question was just about MS in artificial intelligence, and so I hope that now you know the answer. Any other questions? I think it's also a question to Renat. So there is just a question that a person applied to Russian scholarship in his country, but without apostilles documents from the embassy due to the COVID-19 after the deadline precised in my country.
I think it is better to ask directly to embassy which documents they need for this moment. But like I know, it's possible to do apostille after applying. But it's better to ask Russian Culture Center or embassy which situated in your country.
Thank you so much. And I see another question that concerns professors who teach at our master programs, and you ask, are they Russians? No, not exactly. Of course, we have Russian professors who teach in English, but we have a lot of invited professors from different countries. It depends on the program, I mean master degree program in English, and so we have a lot of professors from absolutely different countries, from Croatia, from Great Britain, from America, from Greece, from Czech Republic, from so Tunisia even, and so from a lot of countries. So our professors who teach in English taught master programs are not only Russian.
Another question about summer schools. Can I participate in summer schools without applying to your master programs? It's for Sandra.
Yes, every summer there are a lot of schools, different summer schools, but this year there will be only summer schools online, four of them. Of course, you can apply for the summer schools without applying to master programs. It's not a problem. So if you are interested, you can write us to our email. So you are welcome. We'll be glad to see you in our summer schools.
Thank you.
And we see just one more question. Is your university provide scholarship in Russian language? Renat, could you answer the question?
I didn't understand subject of the question,
The
or
question-
didn't hear full question.
Okay, so is your university provide scholarship in Russian language?
To study Russian language or to study in Russian under any program?
It's a good question. Could you just specify your question? Do you want to study in Russian or do you just...
Anyway, I can tell for this moment the same information which I told few minutes ago, because mostly all scholarship in Russia can be given via official Russian website, futureinrussia.com. First of all, it's better to check all information there according to program which you want to apply, and after that maybe your question will be clear without my response. But anyway, for Russian programs, for English taught programs, first point, this is Russian governmental website, futureinrussia.com.
Thank you so much, Renat. And I see another question. What are the scholarships do you have for master's programs? Maybe it's regarding the question of our increased scholarship for the best students.
About this question about the scholarship for our master program, we give such kind of scholarship for the best students who apply to our master degree programs in English. So if you pass your test best of all, we can give you such kind of scholarship. It's possible.
And there is another question. So which exactly online summer schools will be available this year? Sandra, could you repeat what kind of summer schools will be available? Online summer schools will be available this year.
Yes, of course. So this summer there will be 4 summer schools. Unfortunately, on the slide it was not upgraded. This summer there will be schools: biomedical engineering, first one; second, intercultural communication and business, the second one; so third, heritage science, and last one is animal-centered computing. Also in August there will be a summer school of Russian language, but it's for students who are not beginners.
Thank you so much. And I see one more question. So that the person applied in the previous open door competition and failed. Then ETU sends me an online test to pass it. And they say if it is good mark, they may offer me a scholarship. But unfortunately, I miss it. What should a person do in this case? So he missed ETU exams. Renat, could you just tell us?
Yes. If we are speaking about applying for contract-based studying, it's not a great problem. You can write us, describe the situation. We will see full details and answer you. Or if if we will understand that it was, for example, technical problem or something like that, you will get new code for tests. But we should understand full situation.
Thank you so much. So, and another very interesting question is regarding scholarships as well. And it is if the scholarship partial or you have full scholarship, and which subject majors at LETI are most famous or remarkable? Renat, could you just answer this question? Oh, I can see this is our friend from Daffodil University. If I'm...
Okay, if I understood the question clear, I think that the best way to understand how works scholarship, you should apply for scholarship via website. Like I told, scholarship will cover only tuition fee. All other expenses you should pay by yourself. All other details we can explain via personal mail. Mail us, please.
And you can see the email address on the chat at the moment, and also you will see all the contacts on the next slide when we finish these question sessions. So another question, as I see, is will Russian Immigration Office accept international students if Corona pandemic continues up to September 2020?
I will answer to this question. Certainly, we understand that the situation is very different, and we have to adapt to all these conditions. And I'm sure that immigration office accepts international students, but if it will be impossible, so we can take the students by online course, and after, for example, first month, several months or half a year, you will come when it will be possible. So we will do as we can. We will be very flexible for this situation.
So, as I see, there are no more questions at the moment, and so now, as I mentioned before, the webinar will be recorded. So, and all the just registries will receive the presentation. So, if you have any questions on the slide, you can see the contact information on the moment. So, and please stay in touch and register for new other webinars that are coming soon. Here is the list of webinars which we will conduct in May and June. So all these webinars correspond to our Master English Taught programs. So there is a list and you can register for any webinar you like. So, and Thank you so much for being with us today, and I hope we do hope to welcome you in our big and friendly international family. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.